Hey, everybody, time to sit back, relax, and let us entertain and educate you for a short little while. This will be our first multi stream show, so it should be a good one because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is Shifty Sunday. Yeah. Wait, why did I laugh like that? Hey everybody, Hebro77 here. I'm your host with the most that loves butter and jam on my toast, along with good old Armor Up and Sagittariusly speaking. We would like to welcome you to Shifty Sunday.
Well, you're just a bursting bubble of happiness this evening, aren't you, brother? And I prefer the term simulcast. I think that sounds more technically astute.
Oh, okay. What did I say?
Multiple broadcast or multi-stream or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? Well, let's see who we got in here, man. We had a bunch of people in here, and then they got tired of waiting for RBS, so they left. They jumped out.
Who's RBS?
RBS?
Yeah, I've heard of RFB, but I never heard of RBS.
Random bullshit.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
He's full of it. We got Eddie Grant Coon and Miss Connie Joe. That's the only two I see in the comment section on the StreamYard. So. Oh, wait, Prela Minimal was in there earlier. Goodness gracious, way back. Oh, and Philo Fire. Man, there's been stuff going on. I missed it all. I think that's everyone, though. Welcome. Saji, you with us? Brother, how you doing this evening?
Well, you know what? I'm here. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm having some technical difficulties at my end. I don't know if it's because of the what did you call it? Simulcast? I like that. That's pretty cool.
This just in from the chat. That's fake news.
What do you mean?
Simulcast means you're streaming on both sites at the same time, and I guess we're not.
Oh no! So it didn't work, is what you're saying?
I don't know.
Oh, I would go try to bring up Odyssey, but I don't think I'm the best candidate for the job.
No, you just stay where you're at. We're glad to have you in the room. You stay right in the room.
I did want to say though that intro. I know that it's not like brand new or anything, but that music, every time when I hear it, it kind of invigorates me. It pumps me up. It gets me ready for the show. And I don't know about you guys or the audience. I would hope that it has the same effect on the audience as well, especially when it changes and it goes the in-depth analysis right there. That part right there. Not because it says in-depth analysis, but the way the music changes.
There it is.
There.
It's up there. Yeah. You just got to press.
When it changes and it goes the in-depth analysis right there, that part right there.
Oh, sorry.
You're echoing on us, Hebrew. I just checked Odyssey too. Yeah, we're simulcasting. It is not fake news. This just in. We are simulcasting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad we were able to fact check that Snopes crew.
Yes, the Snopes was on it. And welcome, John, from America.
Let's see here. I do have one question.
Yeah, right. Like you only got one question.
We've had 3 or 4 questions backstage. What do you mean you got one? One more? You missed one?
One more. Okay, so we can't see a chat going on here in the StreamYard on the Odyssey channel. However, if you're over there on Odyssey, you can see I typed in hi. All right, so let's see here. Here's what I'm going to do since I'm new at this. What I want to do is send a, oh, there it is. Never mind. Send a link in the comments.
And for those that are in the chat in Odyssey, we will be seeing your chat, hopefully, when we switch.
Yeah, and if there's anybody in here with a wrench, if you could, from time to time, if you think of it or don't mind, and you are capable of going to Odyssey and grabbing the link and putting it in YouTube chat, not like every 5 minutes or anything, but every so often, just so that when we do transition, everybody's had a chance to click the link and set up their Odyssey, so they're, they don't miss even a moment of our show this evening. And it would be greatly appreciated if somebody's capable of doing that. And that's all I got to say.
Yeah, you got to hit play for some reason. If you don't hit
play,
it's
not like YouTube where it don't start automatically. You got to actually click a play button, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine showed the play button, but before I clicked it, it started. Took a few seconds.
I'll be darned. Well, so here's the deal. We're going to, I don't know how long this broadcast is going to go on YouTube, but we're going to go as long as we can, and then we're going to end the broadcast on YouTube, and I probably won't play the usual outro. I'll probably just go do 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 do, and then like
what are you going to do again?
I'm probably just going to go do 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 do.
Did you say do 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 do?
Yeah, I don't think you could do it quite as well. I don't know what's wrong.
I don't think I've had as much practice as you, my friend.
Yeah. But I think and then what you guys do is just follow us over there. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're going to lead the way, and I'll follow you. And what about Armor? Maybe you should go in front, then Armor, and then I'll follow Armor.
I mean, we'll still be here, Saji.
Oh, okay. So I don't need to follow anybody.
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure, this is new stuff, man. I'm trying to make sure we all understand what's happening here,
The link Eddie posted should work. John said yours didn't work, but Eddie's looks like the right one.
Huh. I wonder why mine's got a bunch of
yours got a bunch of extra stuff.
Probably a bunch of garbly gook. Is that what yours has?
Yeah, gobbledygook. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but hey, do you know what?
Hey, we got Gravitational Time Vortex in the chat. Watching from the LANL, Office of Scientific Research and Development. Thank you.
That's like we went big time or something, man. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, we've got members. We've got members of the society.
Yeah, I almost feel like we're being watched by Dr. Egon Spengler's older cousin or something.
It would probably be his nephew.
Oh, yeah, his nephew. You're right. I forget. He's old now. He's like, well, he's technically dead, but I mean the cartoon version of Egon Spengler, not the movie version.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't get it right or pay the price, my friend.
That's right. Yeah, pay the price. So, hey, we're going to have a lot of fun here on YouTube tonight. However, when we start...
That was good. That was in sync, Sadie. That was good.
Yeah, I think we got our timing down on that now.
Nice. That was nice. When we switch over to Odyssey, that's when the real talk begins. Not that there isn't going to be any real talk here, but, there's not going to be any censored talk over there.
Kind of like in the words of MC Hammer, we'll be able to say what we want to say, do what we want to do, think what we want to think. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, it's Hammer time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hebrew, I think you'll find this interesting. Mm-hmm. Scientists love Masters of the Universe also as well.
Oh, cool. Cool, yeah. I just dropped a Masters Universe Origins episode 2, I think it was.
That's probably what drew them in. Get it?
Yes.
Gravitational drew. Get it?
Drew.
What I did there?
Mm-hmm.
Pulled them
Oh,
in.
gravitational. Yeah. Vortex. Okay. I wasn't even thinking on that level. Armor, you're so smart.
Well, I'm no scientist, but
Yeah,
I did sleep in a Motel 6 last night. Or what
there
is
you
that the
go.
one? Or Holiday Inn, whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Holiday Inn Express. Yeah. Hey, you got Nathan Saving. There you go, Armor.
Nathan Saving. We together are masters of the universe in Christ.
Hmm.
I like that. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
He's the true master of the universe, but we are definitely
Yeah.
quite powerful through him and under him. That's for sure.
So,
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we're living proof that if you build it, they will come. Hebrew.
yeah, it seems like that. We've got quite the versatile audience here tonight. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I'm just curious if one of these, new people is just somebody that's a normal person who may have, changed their name and their avatar, because you do get that quite a bit, and it'd be interesting to
Yeah,
see if
no.
the other people that are known for doing such a thing appear in the chat at some point as well. It'd be like seeing Clark Kent and Superman at the same time, if you will.
Are
Well,
you
Nathan
saying?
Saving, definitely the icon looks familiar. I can't remember from where, but definitely looks like a familiar icon. And Gravitational Time Vortex says they're mostly theoretical physicists on lunch break currently. So cool. Welcome to join us for lunch.
Cool.
CJ says, check my email. Let's see what we got.
Well, he's checking his email.
Oh, we got some hee-haw pics, it looks like.
Oh, that's right. She said she was going to be in a yeehaw. What's it called? Play?
That gotta be, that's her as Lulu. That's hilarious. Well, that's a
Oh,
good picture.
you've got to share that. You've got to share that.
Yeah, we'll check these out.
Oh man. Yeah.
There's a good one as Lulu too. Oh, that's good stuff. Thank you, Connie Joe. Yeah, we'll definitely figure out how to share them up there for sure.
Saji.
Yes, I'm here. Just so you know, though, I keep getting in and out. So you guys are breaking in and out on me. So
Really?
I'm doing the best I can. Yeah, it's right now. It seems to be working better, but just a minute ago, I couldn't hear what you guys were saying.
Oh no. Oh no, we're getting that again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's why we were so late. Where we're trying to work out some bugs.
But I mean, I'm not going to leave and come back, because I think this is about as good as we're going to get tonight. So
Yeah, you're still sounding all right on this end, so hang in there. Be all right.
Hang in
Copy
there.
me.
Hey, speaking of hanging in there, Saji, you wear the shades. It throws me off a little bit because I know that's not the regular Battle Cat thing to do, but you make Battle Cat look so much cooler than He-Man, and I don't even know how that's possible, but you pull it off, my man.
well, I mean, it's mostly smoke and mirrors, mostly.
Mostly, yeah. But Battle Cat without the mask on, I mean, it's just, I don't know. What's that, Armor?
Oh, Gravitational misses his Diet Tab. They love the 80s. Diet Tab. I don't think there was a grossest soda ever made.
I thought Tab was diet all by itself. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the first sugar-free cola that I recall ever existing. So how would there be a diet version of sugar-free is what I want to know.
I don't know. It wasn't good, whatever label they put on it. I was not a Tab fan. There was a local bottling company around here called Weibel's back in the day. Man, they had the best red cream soda. And their cola was awesome too. But man, Weibel's red cream soda in the old glass bottle, that was awesome. I'd love to be
Cooler.
rich and buy the old Weibel's formula. Start a
Khaki-
soda company.
I'll tell you what, man. I got this. I like cream soda. I used to, back in my drinking days, I used to mix cream soda with Fireball, and we used to call them cinnamon rolls because they tasted just like cinnamon rolls. It was awesome. You know, if you're a drinker, but I don't do that kind of thing anymore. So just saying.
Yeah, and I would always be torn between the red and the vanilla cream soda because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really do like me some red cream soda, but sometimes the vanilla would try to entice me over to the vanilla side. Just saying.
Yeah, mostly it's hard to even find red cream soda anymore, at least around here. And what I did find is nothing compared to Weibel's. I do like the regular vanilla cream soda too. A&W, it's a pretty good one.
Oh yeah, I've had
Yes,
some.
I agree, CJ. Sodas tasted better back then. Good old glass bottle, real sugar, you know, good stuff.
Now you can't find anything like that today. Well, you can still find like bottled soda, but I don't even think it's like it tastes the same. Like Coca-Cola, you know, you get your nice tall cold Coca-Cola in one of those little glass bottles and whatever, and they come from Mexico, and it just, I don't know. I don't think it's the same formula, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's definitely different. But yeah, it is weird that Mexico is the only place that still bottles it in glass. I mean, come on, man. This is America. We can't have glass bottles. I mean, you would think that all the technological advances we've made that we would still have the technology to create soda in a glass bottle, but apparently it all belongs to Mexico now. So I digress.
I think you could still get ICB root beer in the glass bottle, and I do think that does come from America.
Okay, well, that's
America.
good. America,
No,
yeah,
I know you can
America.
still get A&W root beer in a frosty mug,
Mm-hmm.
and their cream soda, like I said, isn't bad either.
Yeah.
Nathan has an interesting point, question, whatever you would like to call it. What if everything we ever talked about somehow pointed back to Jesus Christ, his rulership, and living in heaven on earth? Like Tab Soda. That must have some sort of spiritual prophetic meaning. Not sure what that would be. Me neither. I'm not sure what it would be.
It's funny that he says that because often, not always, because I would be misinforming our audience if I said always, but often our Shifty Sunday show somehow does manage to circle back in some way, shape, or form to a spiritual message, and for that I am I don't know. I think that's one of the cool things about our Shifty Sunday broadcasts is we are often able to do that in some way, shape, or form.
And Honest Hunter Biden's in the house. Welcome, Honest Hunter Biden. He says vanilla flavored beep is to die for.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't think I'll be trying that anytime soon, but I think the equivalent to that might be like Joke Cola mixed with like some kind of Mountain Dew thingy. I don't know. That might be
Jolt
it.
Cola. Now that's a flash from the past. Remember old
Yeah.
Jolt Cola?
Joke Cola. Yeah.
Yeah. What about YooHoo? Did you guys ever YooHoo?
Oh, I love Yoo-Hoo. We still
Yeah.
got Yoo-Hoo around. Yeah, I used to love Yoo-Hoo. Now there's strawberry Yoo-Hoo and all kind of Yoo-Hoos. Used to love the
Yeah,
Yoo-Hoo.
I thought
Still
YooHoo
grab a
was pretty
Yoo-Hoo once
cool.
in a great while. I might still grab a Yoo-Hoo if I see one once in a while.
My
I
only
used to love
complaint with
Yoo-Hoo.
YooHoo was that it was always too small of a bottle. Like you had to buy two to really get your YooHoo fix.
Yeah, yeah. No one could chug just one. Gravitational says, whoa, hold on.
He
Got
says some stuff.
He's
Yeah.
saying some good stuff there. In the black budget world, we know and understand death's a human construct. It does not exist. There are infinite number of universes, each with different physical properties. Virtually, okay, quit jumping around. Virtually all do not support life such as we know it. We exist in a universe that does support so-called life as you know it. You will experience and have experienced every instance of so-called life. You, me, him, we are instances of the same life separated by what we call death. And then Nathan says it's like we aren't talking about Jesus. We still are talking about him and his kingdom somehow. Just that we have to have eyes to see and ears to hear, and the spirit to be able to interpret. And Gravitational says they also love Bubble Up. Loved Bubble Up. I don't recall Bubble Up.
Bubble up? What do you mean, bubble up?
Must have been a knockoff of 7-Up, probably. But it looks of it. That would be my guess. I don't recall it either, though.
This is some interesting, deep things these guys are talking about here in the chat. Wow.
We got some great chat going on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if at this rate, man, we don't need to. I won't need to look up content. We'll just read the chat and talk about what they say, and that'll be our show, man.
Yeah. Yep. Now it's always good to have an active chat room.
Now I talked to a doctor. I didn't talk to a doctor, but I saw a video here recently. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Dr. Mike, but Dr. Mike sometimes shares like old school remedies, and he shares like doctor shows like House and ER and Scrubs and all that stuff. But he was talking about 7-Up, like the old grandmothers and old grandfathers of yesteryear would talk about 7-Up as a remedy for tummy ache, and he's very skeptic on that. And he says that the 7-Up, that the sodium in it alone is not really good for your stomach. But I happen to disagree with Dr. Mike. I think 7-Up does help tummy aches in some instance. Now, maybe all the sugar that's in it may not be that great for you, but I always drink Diet 7-Up. And I think that one soda that really does help, and it's been scientifically proven, is ginger ale, because it does contain, as long as it contains the ginger root in it, it is very stomach settling.
Yep, I agree. Ginger ale is good when you don't feel good.
But
Miss Connie Joe says something big's brewing in the world. I feel like it's going to be scary. Oh, it's going to make men's hearts fail from fear when they see what's coming. But it ain't scary as long as you got Jesus. So bring it on. Don't worry about it. Get Jesus. Then you ain't got to worry about it. You'll just make it on through to the other side. Hey, that'd be a good song.
Hey.
And and her dad used to make his own hooch. Well, that's cool. My grandpa did. My dad didn't. One of my grandpas.
My great grandpa did. In fact, he got thrown in the hootskow for cops came over the house, and I think they were just harassing them because they were harassing all. There's a whole story about it. I could go very deep into it. The Italians at the time were being harassed generally by the police and by certain hooded people in the population. And I think they were trying to just find anything they could just to put him away, because not that he was a threat or anything, because they had something against Italians. And that's the way things were back in the 40s and 50s and stuff like that. If you know, if you do research on like the small towns like in Southern Illinois and other towns like near, like stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the way things were.
Yeah. It was a different world back then.
Yeah. Unless
Honest
you had
Hunter Biden says White Lightning was a pop back in the 70s like Mountain Dew. I don't recall that one either. And Lotar 900's in the house. Welcome, Lotar.
I was going to say, unless you had money back then and you were very popular, if you had money, you could bribe the cops and they wouldn't do anything to you. because they were very corrupt back then. I'm not saying they're not corrupt now, but they were way corrupt, back then.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's still alive and well, the corruption of most, at least small town police forces like I live in. There's the good old boys club.
Yeah.
They're still alive and well, We agree to stay away from each other as much as possible.
Yeah, here where I grew up, there was a small community. Like it was probably only like I don't know a mile east and west and a mile and a half north and south. And from all the way back in the 50s and 60s, they had their own city hall, mayor, and a police force. And the way they kept their city like annex, or their city annex, like their way of staying a town and keeping all of their funds, was because they owned a little spot of 75 north and south, the major interstate that right before you entered the greater Cincinnati city limits or whatever. And they would just all day every day have a police car sitting there on 75 north going northbound and 75 south going southbound, and they would write speeding tickets all day long, all day every day, because it was like a spot where it changed from 65 to 55, and they never ran out of victims, and they just used that revenue to keep their whole system alive. And eventually through politics and whatnot and public outrage, they finally got dissolved. But that was how they kept their whole financial means alive, was just by writing those tickets all day, every day.
Well, they have around here what we call, speed traps, and that sounds like speed traps, by the way. But
oh yeah, for sure, 100% speed trap.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, Saji, or should I call you Saji?
I don't know. Today I'm feeling quite formal. You may refer to me as Sagittarically speaking, but go right on ahead.
Okay. Well, Mr. Sagittarically speaking, you have mentioned on the show several times now, and I've got it well documented, that you worked for the railroads, so to speak.
What do you mean you got it documented?
See, he's keeping documents, my friend.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, is this going to be in my formal review? Is this going to affect my raise or lack thereof? But I digress.
Saving it for the next contract negotiation. Hey, there's bone-breaking action in the house.
Oh, wow. But my question is, because me and Philip Fogarty, or Fogarty Philip, however you want to say it, we were discussing different jobs and stuff, and he actually worked for the railways. And he said that they had a setup where they actually had to bunk with each other. Like they would actually have to live there, and they would work there, and then they would live there. And he was saying, I didn't want to work at a job where you hated your boss, and then you had to be with your boss all day at work and then go to bed with your boss. So, I mean, not go to bed with your boss, not in that way, but I mean, like, you try to go home to get away from your boss. That's the whole point of work, is so that you can go home to be away from your boss. But when you hate your boss and you go into the bunkhouse and you go to sleep, so to speak, you're there with your boss 24/7 is what I'm trying to say. So my question is, and I think you and Phil would have had a pretty decent conversation about this. I think you guys have a similar life. What was your situation like when you worked the railways?
Well, I never stayed in a bunkhouse. I'll tell you that much right now.
Okay.
However, we would stay like at like all the when you work the road, like let's say like you took a train from Cincinnati to Columbus. When you got to Columbus, you would spend the night in the hotel, and all the railroaders used that same hotel. and there was like a commonplace area with like a little big screen TV, 2 or 3 couches, a couple tables set up for where they could play cards or whatever, and it was like a hangout place, for the railroaders. So essentially, even when you got off work, you were still at work, but it didn't feel like you were on the job. You could let loose, but they still really heavily frowned upon drinking or any type of recreational activities in that room, because you're still technically at work. So and they, you're only supposed to be there for 12 hours to get your rest, and then take the very next you be on the job heading back south, back home right away. You spend as little time away from home as possible. So, but as far as like a bunkhouse, no, I never had that experience.
What do you mean you can't chat in Odyssey?
I think there when you go into Odyssey, there is, you have to set up the account first before you're able to, and like you do the chat, you have to create a profile, so to speak.
And we will give people a chance to do that before we hop over there.
Yeah, that's why we're putting the link out in the chat now, so people that aren't already signed up for Odyssey, if they wish to join us over there, or the other good channels that are moving that way, sign up, because sooner or later, that's probably the only place you're going to be able to find most of the channels that our little crowd seems to follow.
I like Nathan with those trees.
Yeah, that is a good metaphor, or whatever you want to call it, the gravitational put up there. I've heard that before. It's pretty cool. For those that can't see it, or the lurkers, remember this: the forest was falling, but the trees kept voting for the axe because the axe was clever and convinced the trees that because its handle was made of wood, he was one of them. Then Nathan said those trees were idiots. They couldn't even see the axe handle. The axe head was all metal, sharp and dangerous. You got to pay money to chat. You don't have to pay money to chat, Connie. I didn't pay no money, and I can chat. Maybe you just got to watch a video or two where you can chat. I don't know, but yeah, you don't got to pay money. Don't pay any money.
No, they do have their what they call, I guess, what is it, like credits or something like that. But I think you just have to watch a Vulcan or two. Hey, Mr. Token on the blockchain. Good to see you, man.
Lurking. Eddie says, when you create a profile in Odyssey, sync it with YouTube if it asks. That's the only way I can figure out of signing up. Yeah, definitely pays to sync it. First of all, it'll grab all your videos and put them over there for you, and it'll put up whatever ones you upload as you go, too. And you have to confirm account by linking with YouTube, Eddie says. When you do it correct, they give you credits of like 25.25. That's probably enough to chat. Yeah. You don't got to spend them. You have to show activity over there before it really lets you chat or anything. But activity is just, like he says, confirming your account, watching a video, whatever.
Yeah, and it'll start off with a certain amount of free credits just by signing up and confirming it and all of that. But you definitely do not have to spend money. So at no point feel like you have to get your credit card out. That is not required. We wouldn't be doing it if that were the case.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and to land on Armor's point, like everyone's going to be switching over there eventually. That's what's going to happen, because there's the restrictions that YouTube is putting on us is getting to the point of ridiculousness. I mean, when you can't even say the name of what it is that you can't say the name of, then it gets pretty bad. I mean, YouTube is what I'd like to call some censoring Nazis. They are video Nazis.
Yeah, and the other thing that I wanted to bring up while I was thinking about it, and not to cut you off, Ebro, I'm sorry, but
No
the
problem.
credits that you get over there on Odyssey are some form of cryptocurrency. And since we got a token on the blockchain in the house, maybe he can find out what kind of cryptocurrency it is and if it's any good or not. Like, not that any of us are trying to get rich off of Odyssey credits or anything, but it would be nice to know exactly what kind of cryptocurrency it is and if it actually is even something to get excited about or not. So,
Well, I can put it to
um,
you this way. I know someone that had like 800 of those, whatever they are, credits. And they said they checked into the conversion and it was like $4.
all right. See, well, that does kind of answer my question. Maybe token on the blockchain can fact check that for us. Is I guess what I'm trying to get at. If it does carry, if it is something that worth stacking up, or if it's just or if it has any future potential or not. I mean, just so our audience is aware, it is a form of cryptocurrency, and you don't have to do anything with it. It's not like any action is required, but it's what they use so that you can tip. You accumulate them, and then if you're watching videos or a live stream, if you want to do like a super chat or something, you can donate those to the channel that you're trying to support or show love for or whatever. But not
Yeah.
that we are asking you to do that, but I'm just curious as to what the cryptocurrency is and if it is anything worth even mentioning at all, one way or the other. But
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
don't have
it's
to
not
buy
really that big
them.
of a deal. So I'm done.
Remember that. You don't have to buy them. You earn them. You can earn them just by watching videos. So we're not saying if you do want to tip a squat, you still ain't even got to spend any of your money. Just watch videos. And if you feel like the show was cool, tip Hebrew. But yeah, it's just an option over there. It's basically what Saji's getting at. But again, you don't have to spend any money. Bow Breaking Action says it's a busy night here at Nightmare Alley. He's going to mess with Odyssey sometime this week. He'll see us next Shifty Sunday.
I like how he made reference to I like how he Bone Breaking Action made reference to Nightmare Alley because there's a famous, well, not so famous, probably Hebrew and Saji episode where they went to Nightmare Alley with Bone Breaking Action. I just thought I would mention that. Shameless plug. Shameless plug.
Yeah. So here we are. What
Yes.
what do we
What
want to
I mean, it is kind of exciting though. What is it like? Boldly go where no man has gone before. As we simulcast into the universe of Odyssey. I don't know. Do we have anybody in the Odyssey chat now chatting? Is anybody able to verify if that's actually happening?
just Edward von Kuhn so far.
Yeah, and as far as what that Bitcoin, whatever it is, thing on Odyssey's called, I have no clue. I even just went and looked, and I don't know. I don't know what they call it. So.
Yeah, it does have a name, and I can't remember the name of it now. And with me having such a bad technical connection, I'm going to refrain from trying to get that answer at risk of falling out of the live stream altogether.
Well, Eddie Von King says LBRY. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, LBRY is the main site. That might be. Yeah, I think that is what the credit's called too. LBRY credit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Eddie. I couldn't remember either.
That's why he has the blue wrench.
That's right.
He earned that wrench, Ben. Let me tell you.
He wields it well.
Yeah. He doesn't abuse his wrench privileges. I'll tell you that much.
Like some of those other guys and gals.
Yeah. So okay, we're here. We're here on Shifty Sunday, and what do we have to share, gentlemen?
Well, what do you mean? What do we have to share, gentlemen?
Well,
We
I
got
do
what do
have
you
some.
mean? What do I memes? And we've got some other interesting topics, but that's up to Saji where he would like to begin.
Well, you know what? Let's start it off with a bang. Let's watch those videos that I shared. One is the Gator guy. It's kind of like a man versus nature theme that we got going here with these two or three videos that I provided, and we'll start off with the guy trying to catch an alligator, and some I guess bystander or family member captured it on a video phone with their their record option on their phone. And I don't know, I'm not saying you might be a redneck, but if you use your garbage can to catch an alligator, you might be a redneck.
All right, sounds good. Let me cue that one up. Share.
And I do want to mention one thing before he shares this. Suso is now over there chatting on Odyssey.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome.
And Eddie Von Kuhn does claim that he's trying to steal his .09 crypto. So, yeah, there's that. Okay, it looks like you got the video down there.
All right, you ready?
You're on the screen, ready to go.
Here we go.
Let me know when the head going inside. Let me know. Somebody let me know when the head going inside. I got you.
There he goes. Oh, he got him. Lift it. Oh. There you go. Wow. Yeah. You know what I got to say about that
That's
video?
pretty loud.
You know what I got to say about that video, though?
What's that?
I think it's a crock.
I have a feeling that that like if there's a little boy there and that was his dad will forever be like a hero in his son's eyes. And can you imagine the bragging rights he's going to have on the school bus, like on Monday morning? Like, yeah, that was my dad that did that. Yeah, he caught that alligator.
Oh, it's an alligator. Okay. I stand corrected. But no, I'll tell you what, man. That was, for some reason, when you told me about the video, which I didn't watch it pre-hand, I was imagining a metal trash can, but that's just a plastic.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he meant a like a dumpster almost. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
And it was kind of a brave thing to do, because I mean that really could have went real wrong real fast, you know.
Oh yeah, that could have went sideways like in a hurry. Oh man.
Okay, I believe the next ones are two of the sea lions. So I got the first one queued up.
All right. Yeah. It had this one had the internet divided because the.
Uh-oh.
Had an opportunity to take it with her, and she chose not to because she was intimidated by.
I think we'll let the video.
But let's watch the first video, and then we'll take it.
Which one?
You have to go. Yeah, you can't be here. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do. Where did you come from? I never even seen you out there.
Hmm.
Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I didn't know you were there. Oh no. What do I do? Oh, 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 oh my gosh, my goose pimples. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I don't know what to do.
Hmm.
Oh boy, I can't go anywhere.
That's a.
Oh my goodness. You have to go, honey. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
It's dinner time. Oh man. Yeah, I got something to say about that. That was a well of a dilemma that lady had in her hands. I got to tell you.
Yeah, yeah, and sorry for the vulgarity. I didn't realize it was in there. I didn't
Yeah.
watch these first, but yeah. We do have another one of the same, another video. I guess it's different, but it's the sea lion thing again. So check it out. Let me know when you're ready.
Well, before we played, I hope we didn't lose Saji completely.
Yeah, I hope not. Maybe when we're done with the videos, he'll be back.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. What do we got next on the animal versus man thingy?
What's that?
Oh, I thought you had another animal versus man.
Yeah, isn't it sharing? It should be sharing.
Nope.
It's the sea lion thing. You can't see it?
Nope.
All right, just a second. Try it again. Okay, sea lion, shit there.
Okay.
Now you see it? Okay.
There we go. Oh, wow.
You need to go. I know you're suffer, honey. This is how the world works. Oh boy. You have to go.
It's a refugee.
You have to go. That way? Like, come on, Usher. Come on, up. Ooh.
Why doesn't she just take it to safety?
That's the question.
Oh my. Oh my word.
Move the boat.
Oh my. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go. I gotta go. I got work to do. I don't have time for this.
Oh, there it goes.
And now she moves the boat. That makes total sense. This narcissistic, self-centered world.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, she had that option the whole time just to move away from there, get it to the shore or something, or just get it away from those wells. Something. I mean, do something. Don't just shoo it back and to lead it to its death. I mean, come on, lady. You know that was
Yeah,
sad.
yeah. I agree. That was a sad one. I'd have just took off with it on my boat.
I don't know. Can you guys hear me?
Now
Yep.
we can.
Well, now you're muted up, brother. Oh, he probably can't hear us. Hoo-hoo.
Yep, and
Oh
I
boy.
agree, Nathan. I've seen a lot more videos of humans rescuing animals than these kinds of videos. Thank goodness. Yep,
Yeah, that's the good kind. Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, they're out there too. This is the world.
And now we're having problems with Saggy. Saggy, I know you want to weigh in on this. You got to have something to say. Oh man, he's got to switch over to 4G or something.
Yeah, he's got to find the magic combo again, I guess.
Yeah. While he's dysfunctional, do you want to, like, I don't know, give this room a shout out or something?
I could try to do that. Let's see who I can see in the StreamYard. We got John from America, Nathan Saving, Token on the Blockchain, Eddie Grant Coon. Bone Breaking Action was here earlier, had to take off. Lotar 900, Gravitational Time Vortex. Of course, Miss CJ's here. Let's go up, see if I missed anybody. I know Preliminal was here earlier. Honest Hunter O'Biden, always hanging out with us. I believe that's everybody I can see. Oh, Philo Fire was here earlier. Way earlier.
Yep. Well, sometimes we got to see stuff like that so we can sort of point it out, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, and we don't know the sea lion got caught.
Yeah.
Might have got away. Look on the bright side. I figure he got away.
There you go. That's true. I mean, they can swim, so I don't know. Those whales, though, man.
It's pretty well surrounded, though, by a pod of orca, so we must admit it didn't look good for the sea lion, but we don't know that he got caught.
I think Saggy's trying to come back. He's going back and forth. Like I said, it may be a matter like he said earlier. We were breaking up from here. No, I haven't seen good old. Do you see what Hunter O'Biden said? He said, "Where is?" And I'm going to say this very slowly because Saggy can't answer. Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Hey, he's back.
Just in time.
Yeah, sort of. You're still, everything's real choppy, but I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep, you're back, I believe.
I think when we were showing those videos, you broke down and we became choppy to you, but everyone else were fine. So I don't know.
All right. So can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So when you played the orca, I totally lost connection, and I do apologize for that. However, I did watch it beforehand, and I assume you guys had the same question I did: is why did she make it leave? And that's the same question the internet had as well. And the conventional logic she tried to say was that she was afraid that if the whales were directly underneath her boat when she started it, it would somehow mess up her propeller. But my argument is she didn't wait but 2 seconds after it jumped off to start the boat up anyway, so they still could have been under her propeller. So anyway, the internet was in outrage over her actions, and they felt like she did overreact. But I do think that those whales were rather intimidating, and they were conveying the message that she needed to hand over the loot or else. Did you guys kind of get that impeding message from them?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I'd have took the sea lion and run. I'd at least give it a try. I'd at least give him a head start or whatever I could do. I wouldn't have just kicked him off.
Yeah, I think, we show videos like this because we have to point out certain things. And I think that is interesting to see what, like I said, I didn't know what the content was going to be or, who it would affect or how it would affect me. But that was just horrible. That was horrible, horrible, and that was a horrible human being that did that. And I hope that maybe, hopefully, watching that and seeing what the reaction was, maybe that'll change her. Hopefully,
Yeah, and then also the thing worth noting and taking away is how intimidating those animals can be. I mean, I personally would. I agree. I would have saved the lion. I wouldn't have shoot it off. I would have took it with me, for sure. No questions asked. But I do. I would have never in a million years thought that I could feel intimidated. And I honestly feel like that level of intimidation did exist, and just the fact that they were able. I mean, I would have been a little bit freaked out. I will admit that. It wouldn't have stopped me from saving the lion, but I would have never expected that level of intimidation could happen from below. From those things. But I mean, I don't know. Are they capable of jumping up out of the water and grabbing me by the arm and taking me in? Is that a thing they could do?
Oh yeah. Haven't you ever seen them jump up on ice slabs to slide the sea lions down to them?
Yeah,
they
yeah.
easily jumped up and messed up that boat. I'll give them that, but I still would have given it a try.
still try. Yeah, right. Yes. And like I said, that boat could have taken. I don't know how fast that boat could go, but I'm sure it could go at pretty good speeds. But that's another thing you got to be careful if you're going at pretty good speed. Also, that the sea lion probably would have fell off. So
but it might have had a head start. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I again, I didn't mean to get anybody upset or hurt any, get anybody emotionally disturbed. That wasn't the point of sharing the video. It just is. It's just so. It was just such a thing that I was just so intrigued and captivated by it, and it was it was definitely trending there about 3 or 4 days ago, and all of the internet was talking about it. So I thought it was worthy of discussion more so than I intended to get anybody's pull anybody's heartstrings or anything like that. So if I have upset anybody, I do apologize.
And I have to address Nathan real quick. I think any animal is capable of killing any human at any time, especially if they're upset or outraged or hungry.
Well, yeah, but orcas aren't known as people killers. No, I think that's what he means. Like a great white, that sucker will eat you.
Right.
Well known. But orcas, no. Normally they don't hunt people.
No, but
Not that they couldn't. Not that they couldn't.
No.
But I thought that they attacked fat people. But I digress.
Well, you want to go out there and find out?
Ooh, burn.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
I couldn't resist that either.
Well, I don't have to outrun the whale. I just have to outrun you, Hebrew.
Oh, shoot.
Or outswim you, I should say.
Yeah, they'd get me first, I guess. Yeah. Because I'm a fat person too, Just saying.
Yeah, but at least you work out on occasion. I can't even really claim to do that.
Yeah, I got to get back to my working out though. I've been kind of slacking off here lately. But anyway, with all that being said, I do believe we have more things to share, right? I hope they're not as disgusting as that.
Well, now we can talk about some memes. I do have some what do you memes? What do I memes?
Hold on, I'm copying them over so I can get to them easier right at this exact moment. So give me
right.
And hopefully, I'll be able to stick with you guys when you go into share screen mode this time.
Yeah, hopefully. And by the way, what do you mean memes?
What do you mean? What do I mean memes?
Well, what do you mean? What do I mean? What do you mean memes?
I mean, let's look at some memes.
All right. Sounds good to me. As soon as Armor gets them keyed up and he's ready. You see how this? You see what I have to deal with when I have to do it.
Well, I'm doing what I should have did beforehand. I'm moving them all to a folder on my desktop so I can go through them without having to stop and go to each one and stop and go to each one.
I thought you were pulling a Hebrew.
Basically, yeah, because I should have did this beforehand. But I didn't know I was sharing till the show was about ready to start. So I'll use that excuse.
Had to talk about myself as a third person because Saji didn't jump on that one. Just saying.
Yeah, well, I'm barely here. If I'm missing cues or opportunities, I'm going to blame it on technical issues.
Oh yeah, there we go.
All right, now let me find the folder I just made.
But now wait a minute. Now here's the thing.
But you know the thing.
If you're gonna have I'm gonna start faking technical issues. That way I could be like, well, it's not my fault I'm not getting the share screen up in time. It's a technical issue. I don't know. Okay, that was a bad joke. I guess I can't get by with that.
And I have to say, I heard half of what you just said, but what he said, yeah.
What's this duck here? Is that a zipper? What is that? Pants? Why would they have pants? That's funny. I'm going to send pants in the comments. I don't know what that does. Sorry, I was over on Odyssey looking at the comments. You could send different weird things like rocket ships and pants and hearts and ducks and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I believe I'm sharing them.
Oh, okay. For a minute there, I thought another Saji popped in. All right, here we go. Here's this week's What Do You Mean memes.
This one goes with our story from last week. If you guys remember the whole Border Patrol and Biden trying to take away their horses, somebody thought it would be funny to make this.
Yeah. Yep, that wouldn't be too bad. Pretty good. He's whipping them, as they said.
Yeah.
Here's our next one. I like that. Man.
I thought that one was quite appropriate.
Yeah, that one's good. I thought you might like that one when I saw it. Yeah, that's definitely a fact checker.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. I need to.
We actually do have a fact check. Well, if Facebook existed in 1776, and he ran through the town yelling, "The British are coming! The British are coming!" It would be labeled as false information, checked by independent fact checkers. See why? Not all the British, only the British Army. So partly false.
Great, that's partly false there, Paul. Paul Revere's famous ride.
I thought this was one of those things where once you see it, you can't unsee it.
I was just thinking the same thing exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But Wolverine is just two Batmen kissing, and I don't know. You think they did that on purpose, or if that's just a strange coincidence?
It's just a strange coincidence. I'll tell you what, that is disturbing. Just saying.
This one was my favorite, actually, of the bunch. The old left versus the modern left, right? And if you read the stickers, it's the same guy almost, but 50 years later, I guess, maybe 40 years later.
Get a magnifying glass on that armor. Or
magnifying glass? Can't you see it?
There we go. That's better. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep, we got to resist authority, No CIA, free speech, free love, screw the establishment from 71. And then today's modern 2021, do what you're told, mask up. We love the CDC. No free speech, obey the establishment.
There you go.
Pretty appropriate, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Doggy stick library. This is
I like this one.
trying to figure out what you would like to check out today.
Yeah, choose your weapon.
Yeah. When I first saw this,
You see what he did there? Choose.
chew. Yeah, chew. When I first saw this, I thought it was like a doggy stick gun rack. Like he had different sticks in the shape of guns or something. I don't know. That's just me. I just see guns everywhere.
All right, guys. So which one of you had militarization of hospitals by October? I'm just curious.
The only militarization I saw in any hospitals was the VA. But that's just normal, for them.
Right. I don't know how much you guys are following the news, but several cities are actually calling in the National Guard to staff hospitals and emergency services because there's not enough of them there to do it because they're getting fired for not getting the thing. The thing.
Well, if you want to, I could say a few things about that, but we'd have to wait a ways on Odyssey, and then we might want to remind ourselves about this meeting. That's very interesting. I didn't know that, but yeah, makes sense.
You'll forget about it by the time we go to Odyssey, Armor.
Oh yeah.
I'll try to remind you, and
then I'll forget what I wanted to say anyway. Probably.
Well, we'll make a little note to yourself now because I will remember.
That don't
All right,
hurt, but I'll try.
In North Korea, people are forced to listen to propaganda, but in America, they listen willingly. And there's all your main sources in case you were not sure.
Yeah. We're getting there.
Oh, we've been there. We've been there a long, long time.
True. Yeah.
And I thought this was interesting. I wanted to get your guys' take on it. I had seen this a while back, but it popped up again on my feed.
1 second. All the letters are scrambled. They look Chinese.
All right. Well, I'm going to read it, okay, while you try to decipher it. Stadiums are ritual energy extraction sites. The NFL stadiums below are all-seeing eyes. Imagine these full of cheering people sending colossal amounts of competitive, worshiping, idolizing energy and vibrations through the eyes all over the country simultaneously and projecting it into the universe. This is a satanic ritual. Thoughts, feedback?
Well, I definitely think it's no coincidence they were built that way. Everything has its purpose for the enemy side.
Yeah, you see that symbolism almost everywhere, like every public place, every public platform, every building in Washington practically has that symbol on its buildings. You see it in even in the, well, I don't want to say Catholic Church, but you see it in churches and restaurants and clubs, just like the Eagles and Elks, and even political places, like polling places and stuff like that. I'm just saying, even police stations and fire stations and public place. You just see it everywhere. You see this symbolism everywhere, and it's clear what's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely Masonic. by nature. Those ones there on the two bottom ones there, the smaller ones, that one on the right, I actually thought it was like an eye. Like I didn't think it was even a stadium, but that's like how the road goes around it, I guess. And I mean, that even looks like an eyelid on the top there. I mean, that's really like, oh man, I don't know. I can't even. I don't even. It couldn't be more eyebally than it is. You know, there's no. It's hard for me to believe that that's strictly coincidental. I guess my discernment is all over the place with that. Like there must be some truth to it, but how deep the rabbit hole goes, I'm not. I can't really say for sure.
I like what Nathan says here, and also we've talked about this a million times on the show before, that God can take anything that is evil and turn it to good and use it for good. And it's just like music, how people used to say they would play their records backwards and hear like, Freddie Mercury's the devil and worship Satan and all that stuff, the satanic stuff that's on play backwards. And that could be said if you're only hearing that if you want to hear it, but you can also hear good stuff if you play those record backwards. If you have that mindset and you want to hear good stuff, you'll hear good stuff. It's all a matter of perspective, in my opinion. So that's what.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Armor.
I was going to say I agree as far as symbolism is a matter of perspective. That's why when people say, if you ask me, what's this symbol mean? What's this number mean? I said, well, that depends on the group you're talking about, because they all mean something different to everybody. And they always started with a good meaning. Remember, the enemy only takes good and twists it to evil. So all the symbols have good meanings too. I mean, it's obvious who built these stadiums and what their meaning is behind it. It wasn't good. But so we don't want to sugarcoat it and say, well, you can, it was built with bad intentions for bad energy. No doubt about that, which is easily captured at sporting events. As far as the backwards records, I don't think you can change what they say by your thoughts. They say what they say. They were meant for evil. I agree that what we think matters, but we can't just pretend the evil don't exist and close our eyes to it and say, well, it's because we don't think, let's think good thoughts about it and make it good. It don't quite work that way, in my opinion. Yes, we want to put out good thoughts, good news, good. I mean, we're all about hope. We're all about, don't worry about what the enemy's doing. Like I said earlier, when CJ was saying about being scared about what's to come, there's no need to be scared. We got Jesus. None of this matters. It's there. It's real. Don't pretend it don't exist. Don't pretend it don't have power. But it don't have the power of Jesus. So we just look at it, diagnose it for what it is, and come against it. But we don't pretend it don't exist. I don't believe in we can change it with our thoughts. It's a little too new agey for my book. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think that's where the key lies as well, Armor, and the fact of acknowledging the presence. You don't necessarily mean you have to support it. For instance, you could go to an NFL game as a follower of Jesus and not be and acknowledging the fact that it exists and choosing not to give your energy to it. And still enjoy an NFL football game. It's the people that aren't acknowledging the presence and are unaware of the fact that it may be present, who are not a follower of Jesus, are the ones that are truly lost and allowing that energy captivation to occur. I would believe that would be the case anyway.
And I think it ties into the next meme. If I remember correctly, the next meme is probably one of my favorites this week. I think it'll sum it up quite well. Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was very symbolic.
Yeah, much love to the mums and dads that are standing firm at such a time as this. Your feet are grounded in the rock. What do you have to worry about? Don't be scared of evil. Don't be afraid to point it out. Don't be afraid to come against it. Just come against it, put it in its place and remind evil that it's already defeated. It's just too dumb to know it, I guess would be a way to put it in my neck of the woods.
And you know what? I know we can only say so much on this platform, but that is so like what was I going to say? I almost lost my thought there because I was trying to think of how to say it without saying it. It seems like more and more often it's becoming like it really is. There's such. That's the thing that I think gets lost in so many debates about this topic is the fact that, and this is the part you won't hear on the news, is how much it's spiritual warfare at its highest level, and that's the part that I think that people. The point, I guess, that you need to constantly remind yourself of, despite all the propaganda, despite all the political grievances, despite all the whether you agree with science or don't agree with science, keep in mind that it's a spiritual battle more than it is anything else. All those other things, yeah, sure, but it's the spiritual battle that you have to win, more so than you have to win the political aspect of it or the social media aspect of it. It doesn't do you any good to get on here and argue the politics of it if you don't realize the spiritual aspect of it. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say, and I'm trying to be vague but not too vague.
It's a good point.
I know what you're saying as best as we can say it on this platform.
And I was thinking about we got to keep all that in mind because we're about to switch over, if I'm not mistaken. What more do we have to share on YouTube?
Well, I mean, that's the other thing I want to share would probably be best if we shared it on the other platform. So
Right.
whenever you want to do or whatever.
Armor, I got a question.
You still got the New York governor thing, Saji, you said to remind you, and the New World Order. And I agree, yes, they would probably both be best served later.
Yeah, we definitely got some good stuff. Yes, left the show, but we we're our hands are somewhat tied. I think we've already almost said too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So
yeah, and I agree, Nathan. Most people don't declare the victory that we have over it. That's why I try to make sure I do. I mean, that's all I can do is try to remember people, get with Jesus. We already won. That's why, I'm not going to hide the evil. I'm going to expose it like I was told to do. We're told to expose the evil. But yeah, I also always mention, there it is, but don't worry about it. It's already lost. We already have victory. We just got to keep remembering to, I don't want to say rub it in evil's face, but basically just when it attacks, remind it who it is and what its fate is and what's already been accomplished through Jesus. So absolutely, I agree. And it ain't so obvious that the evil was out there. People know it, but they don't seem to care. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't understand symbolism and rituals and what the enemy's really doing behind the scenes.
It's hidden.
I disagree. It is very hidden. He said evil isn't hiding. It isn't hiding to us with eyes to see, but it's hiding to 99% of the world out there. They're blatantly falling into it. So, yeah, it ain't hiding for those with eyes to see. Absolutely not. It shines like a neon sign. But unfortunately, most people out there don't have eyes to see. So it's hiding quite well in plain sight.
It's like the they live sunglasses, once you start to see, it's hard to unsee, but you still have to actually put them on just once and get a glimpse, and then it's like a magic decoder ring, so to speak. You start to realize that hey, there is a lot more than just what the face value, surface level, or whatever. And then even though you might even after that, you take the red pill and you choose to see 4 minutes. Sometimes people don't like what they see, so they choose to ostracize themselves and stick their head back under the ground because they'd rather not see. Some people choose not to see it. You got a mixed bag, consortium type thing going on there.
Yep, I agree. Some would rather go back to the lie. No doubt about it. They don't like the light. It exposes their evil doings.
Well,
Hey,
Saji,
Michael Fontaine in the house.
Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine. Now, with all that
Michael
being said,
Fontaine.
Well,
I'm sorry. With all that being said, guys, we really do hope that you'll follow us over. I am sorry for anybody that is watching later or has doesn't. I mean, there's no reason nobody can't follow us. So if don't feel like you're incapable of coming along for the ride because it's going to be a fun ride. We just need you to actually follow the link and come on over there with us and continue to be part of the show, man.
and don't put the horse don't put the cart in front of the horse just yet, Saji. Hold on just 1 minute. Because here's the thing.
Go, you know the thing.
I think
love that thing.
I think before we do jump over armor, it might be a good idea for you to read Acts, because we have followed the series on YouTube, but I think it would be cool to have it both on YouTube and on Odyssey, since we started it on YouTube, to just have it completed on YouTube before I shut this broadcast down.
I agree. Now, do we want to do 2 chapters this week? I know Saji's all eager. He's eager for the word, which is a good thing. And we're saying about maybe doing more than 1 chapter since they don't take real long. So I could read 2 chapters.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
All right. So we got chapter 11 and we'll jump into chapter 12. So, Acts chapter 11. And the apostle, now remember, we're picking up after chapter 10. Peter was shown a vision about don't call unclean what God has made clean. He goes to Gentiles. He preaches the gospel. They receive the Holy Spirit. They get baptized. Pretty much seals the deal that Gentiles are now part of the saved. That's where we're picking up. It says, and the apostles and brethren that were in Judea heard that the Gentiles had also received the word of God. And when Peter was come up to Jerusalem, they that were of the circumcision contended with him, saying, thou wentest into men uncircumcised, and did eat with them. But Peter rehearsed the matter from the beginning, and expounded it by order unto them, saying, wrong button. Sometimes this thing don't work right. Okay. I was in the city of Joppa praying, and in a trance I saw a vision, a certain vessel descend, as it had been a great sheet, let down from heaven by 4 corners, and it came even to me. Upon which, when I had fastened mine eyes, I considered and saw 4-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And I heard a voice say unto me, arise, Peter, slay, and eat. But I said, not so, Lord, for nothing common or unclean hath at any time entered into my mouth. But the voice answered me again from heaven, what God hath cleansed, that call not thou common. All this was done 3 times, and all were drawn up again into heaven. And behold, immediately there were 3 men already come unto the house where I was, sent from Caesarea unto me. And the Spirit bade me go with them, nothing doubting. Moreover, these 6 brethren accompanied me, and we entered into the man's house. And he shewed us how he had seen an angel in his house, which stood and said unto him, Send men to Joppa, and call for Simon, whose surname is Peter, who shall tell thee words, whereby thou and all thy house shall be saved. And as I began to speak, the Holy Ghost fell on them, as on us at the beginning. Then remembered I the word of the Lord, how that he said, John indeed baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Ghost. For as much then as God gave them like gifts as he did unto us, who believed on the Lord Jesus Christ, what was I that I could withstand God? When they heard these things, they held their peace, and glorified God, saying, Then hath God also to the Gentiles granted repentance unto life. Now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen traveled as far as Phoenice and Cyprus and Antioch, preaching the word to none, but unto the Jews only. And some of them were men of Cyprus and Cyrene, which, when they were come to Antioch, spake unto the Grecians, preaching the Lord Jesus. And the hand of the Lord was with them, and a great number believed and turned unto the Lord. Then tidings of these things came unto the ears of the church which was in Jerusalem, and they sent forth Barnabas, that he should go as far as Antioch, who when he came and had seen the grace of God, was glad and exhorted them all, that with purpose of heart they would cleave unto the Lord. For he was a good man, and full of the Holy Ghost and of faith, and much people was added unto the Lord. Then departed Barnabas to Tarsus, for to seek Saul. And when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church, and taught many people. And the disciples were called Christians, first in Antioch. And in these days came prophets from Jerusalem unto Antioch. And there stood up one of them named Agabus, and signified by the Spirit that there should be great dearth throughout all the world, which came to pass in the days of Claudius Caesar. Then the disciples, every man according to his ability, determined to send relief unto the brethren which dwelt in Judea, which also they did, and sent it to the elders by the hands of Barnabas and Saul. Okay, there's Acts chapter 11, chapter 12.
I got a question about 11 there.
All right, go ahead.
The Claudius Caesar guy, is that like the same Caesar that we like from Roman, like the Romans? Is that the same lineage as the Caesar that's famous?
There were many Caesars, if I'm not mistaken.
They were all Caesars.
Is that a title more so than it's a name?
Yeah, that's a title. That's what they called their king, basically.
Okay, I understand now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So that was Claudius. Basically was his name, but he was Caesar. Just like Tiberius, just like, there was a bunch of them. Okay, now, chapter 12. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church, and he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison, and delivered him to 4 quaternions of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison, but prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains, and the keepers before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise up quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself, and bind on thy sandals. And so he did. And he saith unto him, Cast thy garment about thee, and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and was not that it was true which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. When they were past the first and the second ward, they came unto the iron gate that leadeth unto the city, which opened to them of its own accord. And they went out and passed on through one street, and forthwith the angel departed from him. And when Peter was came to himself, he said, Now I know of a surety that the Lord hath sent his angel, and hath delivered me out of the hand of Herod, and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. And when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together, praying. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, named Rhoda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in and told how Peter stood before the gate. And they said unto her, Thou art mad. But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then said they, It's his angel. But Peter continued knocking, and when they had opened the door and saw him, they were astonished. But he beckoned unto them with the hand to hold their peace, declared unto them how the Lord had brought him out of the prison. And he said, Go shew these things unto James and to the brethren. And he departed and went into another place. Now as soon as it was day, there was no small stir among the soldiers, what was become of Peter. And when Herod had sought for him and found him not, he examined the keepers and commanded that they should be put to death. And he went down from Judea to Caesarea, and there abode. And Herod, hold on, something moved again. And Herod was highly displeased with them of Tyre and Sidon. But they came with one accord to him, and having made Blastus, the king's chamberlain, their friend, desired peace, because their country was nourished by the king's country. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne, and made an oration unto them. And the people gave a shout, saying, It is the voice of a God, and not of a man. And immediately the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not God the glory. And he was eaten of worms, and gave up the ghost. But the word of God grew and multiplied, and Barnabas and Saul returned from Jerusalem, when they had fulfilled their ministry, and took with them John, whose surname was Mark. So there you go, Acts chapter 11 and 12.
Awesome. So my takeaway from that is, despite the despite the negative context there, I guess, is that Peter was gone, but the word still multiplied and still was able to, was, even though it was heard, it still it still prevailed, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, well, Peter wasn't gone. They didn't kill him. They tried to kill him. They wanted to kill him. But all the people prayed for him, which I think is an important part to catch.
Well, it's cutting in and out. Even now you're cutting in and out. I'm trying to, I guess, give me a layman's term synopsis of what just happened, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Peter got arrested, put in prison, chained between two guards right beside him. Also guards on two different doors and an iron gate. All the people were praying for Peter that he would get spared, that the Lord would save him. An angel came, saved him. He went and told the people, and then he went on to different places. He told the people to go tell all the brethren, about what had happened. And then Herod, who was the one that wanted to kill him, went to Caesarea, lived there, and had a meeting with the people of Tyre and Sidon, who were their enemies, but they wanted to be their friends, and sat up on his throne in his royal apparel and made a great oration unto him. And the people said, that's the voice of God, not the voice of a man. Angel of the Lord smote him down because he didn't give the glory to God. And then the word of God grew and multiplied. Barnabas and Saul returned from Jerusalem and took John, whose surname was Mark, with them when they set off again, which is where we're leaving off. That's a quick
Okay, yeah.
summary.
All right, I got more of it that time. Even then, though, you still cut out a little bit. But during the reading, for whatever reason, I could hear like for 5, 6, 7 seconds, and then not hear for 4 or 5 seconds, and then I heard. So I did the best I could. So I'll have to go back and listen to the replay. But I think I got the gist of it now, and I apologize.
No problem. Hebrew, you here? Could you hear it all right? Is it just Saji that was breaking up?
No, you were coming in nice and clear, dude.
Okay, well, that is our acts for this week, 11 and 12. We'll pick it up next week with 13. Barnabas and Saul, some of the stuff they get into on their journeys.
Okay. All right, cool. And that does conclude our broadcast for the YouTube side of our broadcast. However, we will pick it up again. Well, no, we will continue because we're not going to go anywhere. We're still on Odyssey. So we'll just continue on Odyssey, but we will close out YouTube. And for all of you that can't make it over on Odyssey, I'd like to say thank you for joining us here tonight for our Shifty Sunday portion of the YouTube broadcast. And for everyone who wants to join us, please do so over on Odyssey. Thank you. You guys have anything to add to that?
Nope, just thanks for our normal YouTube audience. Hopefully we'll see most of you over there that can make it. And if not, we'll see you next week back on YouTube.
Yep, ditto. I hope to see everybody make it over, and if you can't, for whatever reason, we'll see you next week, and hopefully, this is the way we're going to keep doing it going forward indefinitely, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, guys?
As far as I know, for a while at least.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
And Nathan says he's got to take off. Thanks for the talk. It's sleep time. Thank you, Nathan. Always good to have you in chat, bringing up good subjects and points.
Cool. Yeah, I liked his, him and good old, what's his name there? Had some really good. Yeah. I hope some of those guys make it over to Odyssey to talk to us. That'd be cool. Until then, YouTube, we'll see you guys later. If we could post the link just one more time to get someone to catch up. Fellow Fire, I think you know what it is, and I think Eddie Von Keen and some of you other guys. I think Hunter Hurst O'Biden's already over there.
No, that's creepy Joseph O'Biden. He's hunting Hunter.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if anyone's seen him. I just went over to the chat and I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
I see we got Eddie over there and Lothar and creepy Joseph O'Biden. Suso.
Cool. So we should still have quite the audience. Good. All right. See you guys next time. Just remove. I don't want to delete.